Okay, I don't think this is going to be a very long video, tonight's video, but it's a really important one because it's the Cambridge Proficiency Reading and Use of English Part 4, and it's what they call the key word transformation. They give you a sentence, then there's another sentence underneath with a gap in the middle, which you have to fill with something between 3 and 8 words. They give you one of those words in the correct form. You can't change it. It's really difficult, this part of the exam. There's only 6 questions, but they're worth 2 points each, so it's a very important part, right? What we're going to do is, I'm going to show you the example so that you can see how it works. Then I'm going to show you the first 3 questions. I think it's a good idea at that point to pause the video, have a go at it yourselves, and then I'll show the next 3. And the same thing, pause the video and you can have a go at it yourselves. Obviously, I'm going to go through the answers, and I'll try to explain anything that I think might be difficult. I do want comments on the video, obviously, because there's lots of different options here, and I don't want to go through all of the possibilities because I'll be here all night. There are lots of other possibilities. So if you wrote something different and you're not sure whether it's correct or not, leave a comment on the video and I'll check it for you. But without further ado, let's go into, let's have a look at the example first. So this is what part 4 looks like. It says for questions 25 to 30, complete the second sentence so that it has a similar meaning to the first sentence using the word given. Do not change the word given. Very important. It has to maintain the same form. You must use between 3 and 8 words, including the word given. That means a maximum of 8, a minimum of 3 with the word given. So here is an example. It says, do you mind if I watch you while you paint? And they give us the word objection. Do you objection you while you paint? And we can see here at the bottom how we could do it, how we should do it, ideally. Do you have any objection to my watching you while you paint? Okay, so like I said, there are going to be 6 questions in total. Here come the first 3. I'm going to put them on the screen. Good idea to pause the video here, have a go yourselves, and then I'm going to talk through the answers to the first 3 questions here of the keyword transformations. Okay, so here they are. Pause the video now if you want to have a go. If not, I'm going to start talking through the answers right now. So, number 25. It's impossible to predict how long it will take to do this job. And we have been given the word telling. There is no telling how long this job will take. There is no telling how long this job will take. Okay, so I imagine most people listening to this video are aware of the other meaning of the word tell, which is like to perceive something. If you're a good liar, maybe I can't tell that you are lying. So we could say it's impossible to tell how long the job will take. But a more formal way of saying that is there is no telling how long the job will take, and it means the same thing. No, you can't know. It's impossible to get any kind of perception of it. Okay, let's move on to the next one. So number 26, not many people buy that particular product these days. Demand, there is not much demand for that particular product these days. There's not much demand for that particular product these days. There were actually quite a lot of ways of doing this one, and I don't think it was a very difficult one, no, because this idea of supply and demand for products is kind of sort of universal concepts, and there's similar words in all the Romance languages. It's a Latin word, demand. So yeah, it shouldn't have been particularly difficult. Let's move on. Okay, number 27. For me, his skill as a negotiator was most impressive. how is the word that we are given. I was most impressed at how skilled a negotiator he was. I was most impressed at how skilled a negotiator he was. Again, don't be shy on this question. There's actually several options. There's actually several options for the words and the collocations and prepositions and things like that. So yeah, any differences, any different answers, leave a comment on the video. Let's have a look at the next three. Okay, so again, if you want to pause the video here, that's a good idea, I think. If not, I'm going to move on. So, number 28. Nobody expected Natalia to resign. Natalia's resignation came as a surprise to everyone. Natalia's resignation came as a surprise to everyone. Don't think there are really many other options there. That's an expression that either you know it or you don't really. Something comes as a surprise. It is unexpected. It is surprising. It comes as a surprise. Yeah, I don't think there are any more options there. Let's move on. Number 29. The area was completely devoid of vegetation. The word whatsoever. There was no vegetation whatsoever in the area. There was no vegetation whatsoever in the area. Interesting word, whatsoever. Again, either you know it or you don't. In a negative sentence, whatsoever emphasizes the absence of something. No, so there is no vegetation whatsoever, absolutely none, at all. Very similar to the expression at all. And we have other expressions like, other words like whensoever and whomsoever. Bit more formal, you don't see them so often. Whatsoever is fairly common in speech and in writing. So let's have a look at the last question then, see if you got it right. The last question on today's exercise then, number 30. When he was at his most successful, the president had enormous influence. Height, so an expression with height here. At the height of his success, the president had enormous influence. At the height of his success, the president had enormous influence. Again, not really much to be explained there. That is what it means when you're at the height of something. It's when you're in the pinnacle, I guess, of whatever is in question. So in this case, when he was at his most successful, would have been the height, the high point, the height of his success. Okay, any questions, any doubts, any problems, leave a comment on the video. If not, I don't know. At the moment, I'm uploading very, very regularly. Maybe I'll upload another video tomorrow. We'll find out, won't we? I will find out.